Hello, my name is Grace Winura, and welcome to the channel Horse Pro, where I endeavor to empower the amateur horse enthusiast and support the budding professional. I'm sorry that there hasn't been a video in a while. I've been helping out at the first part of the Canadian Summer Show Series, so sadly I beg mea culpa that I've been a little busy to produce these videos, which do take some time. However, today I'm going to talk to you about a subject that perhaps won't earn me much favor, although maybe it's going to resonate with some of you. And that is coming directly from what I observed at the shows as an outside partisan. Now that I no longer have my show stable, and I help people, I still sell a lot of horses, and I still do train a lot of people, but I do it from a different capacity. Often I'm helping other trainers. Sometimes I'm helping people at home, not necessarily at the show. And it's given me a little bit of a chance to see things from a little bit of an outside perspective, indirectly. So today I'm going to talk about the pressures that parents, knowingly or unknowingly, put on their children. So this is a very specified topic. It might hit a few people below the belt. And perhaps some of you will want to turn it off and some of you will want to watch. If you do find anything of value in this video, please hit the like icon and the subscribe button. The subscribe button is the key, and that'll keep me doing these videos. And of course, the bell notification is to be alerted to any new videos. So today, parental pressure. So kids, when they're learning to ride, riding is a sport in which you win or you lose. And it's very important that the ribbons don't necessarily reflect the winning and the losing. And that's something that many trainers and many parents forget to instill in their kids, or reiterate actually. And I'm going to do another video based on rider obligation, kid obligation, and trainer obligation. But today we're dealing with parental pressure that is put on children. So when you learn, even from short stirrup, you go out and you put yourself on display. So anyone who puts them on display under the eyes of a judge, of someone they don't know, who now is going to pass judgment, either on their skills in school, it might be their intelligence that they feel is being judged, but in riding, it's often skill and intelligence and confidence, as well as, horse quality. So kids learn early on, and they can learn early on that this is fun and do it in a healthy way, and that winning or losing is based on accomplishing your goals that you've been practicing at home. So this is really healthy winning, and understanding that at a horse show, it's displaying those skills under the pressure of the horse show, under an unknown eye where you're not exactly sure everything they're looking for, and hoping your horse performs and the day goes well for you. And understanding that sometimes an 8th place ribbon, but performing something perfectly that you've learned at home for the first time still puts you in a very winning category, because not everyone can ultimately satisfy the 1st place ribbon on that day. So that's healthy winning, and that's winning that should be really orchestrated in horses. A lot of times, however, it becomes the euphoria of winning a 1st place ribbon or being champion or reserve really takes precedent. It becomes a drug that we're addicted to. And often kids, once they start to win, or they do that well, when the parent places more importance on the winning, what happens is the child doesn't see it as support. They see it as a negative venture, that all they are is valuable if they win that ribbon or if they win that championship. So subconsciously, they take it as the parent not believing in them, because now there's almost a sense of disappointment. For instance, in the jumper ring, if yesterday they didn't get around, or they fell off, and today they get around, it's almost, I've heard parents say, oh, that's great, and now you know what, you'll make it to the jump off and you can win. And so they denigrate how much effort it took to simply get around and repair the mistakes from yesterday. So kids often see that as a lack of confidence in themselves. They don't actually see it for what it is, which is the parent trying to support the child and encourage the child and say, oh, I know you can do it, because sometimes those words aren't said. And so there isn't a bridge of the gap. And I've seen many kids implode under that pressure and actually do worse. Now, a very negative side to this is when the parents actually want to live vicariously through the child's wins. So the wins become more important than the child's effort. And the parent's appreciation of the child's effort over time is now supplanted by the parent's desire to see the child win, which of course makes them feel good too. So parents really need to take stock of this. Why do you want your child to win? Is it because you want your child to feel like a winner? Or is it because you yourself want to feel like a winner because your child is a winner? That you're a better parent because your child is a winner? This isn't true, because effort you put in to learning skills and effort you put in on a daily basis, and the things we learn about riding and in riding, about our character, about our determination, about how we win and how we lose, really make up whether the parent is a winner, and the evolvement of a child into adulthood and how they handle pressure and stress. That's where I feel parents need to feel their value, or have they done a good job. Now, the other negative is not just the parent who only sees value in a child earning a ribbon, a $9 ribbon, and only valuing the child when it wins and feeling a bit disappointed when it doesn't win, which makes the child feel less than and a lack of, is the parent who actually applauds the child no matter what. So now the child has gone in, has refused breakfast, has been late, has been disrespectful to the trainer, maybe out of nervousness, and the parent supports the child no matter what, even under bad grace and pressure. So children who backbite, children who will say to their parent, you don't know what you're doing, get away from me, and be rude. I've seen that a lot. And the parent will simply accept it and say, oh, they're having a bad day, rather than seeing it for what it is, which is the child needing direction. That is the child begging the parent for adult support in a situation that the child has not encountered before, and therefore has no basis on which to help themselves. They are children. They do not have the experience that an adult has in pressurized situations. So I've seen parents, the child will have made a colossal error, and the parent will agree with the child when the child says, oh, stupid horse, instead of saying, hey, let's really look at this, or support the trainer who's trying, in most instances, I hope, to really steer that child in the right direction, because part of being a trainer is helping the evolvement of that child into a good adult. So now you have parents who sometimes support them no matter what, even under poor displays of a negative feeling from the child, which could be frustration, anger, and yet they'll support them in a happy context. That child's looking to you for direction, and it's not being provided. So you need to remember, you're not making them really feel better. It's a short-term Band-Aid when you agree with them at that moment, instead of, it doesn't have to be angry, but taking them aside and letting them understand how to evolve and learn how to deal with the frustration and the anger of having made mistakes. And really, where is that frustration and anger coming from, and why can't they handle it already? So I am not trying to shame anybody or point anything out in terms of parenting tactics. I'm trying to get you to understand how trainers view it from the outside in. Sometimes we grieve because we see the pressure the child is undergoing and what they're actually asking for, but it's not really a conversation that's very easy to have with a parent. And often when you do have it, or if you have that conversation, the parent will simply leave. The parent will simply change stables. And so that's why I'm putting this out there, so that as a parent, you will look at this and you will perhaps, just in your own mind, try to understand. Now, the third negativity that I really see with parents is putting the pressure of finances on a child. I don't know over these last 3 weeks how many times I've heard it said at the in-gate or when a kid comes out and they've not had a good ride. They've lost their focus. They've imploded. They haven't done their best for many reasons. Who knows why? Maybe it's because they feel such pressure that it's just easier to fail and see the expectation rather than try and get an 8th place ribbon and see disappointment on their parents' face. There's many reasons why kids don't try. There's many reasons why they don't want to do their best. There's many reasons why things go wrong. Sometimes it's just the day. Sometimes it's necessary to have a bad day for growth and to become better. Needless to say, they've had a bad day. They come out of the ring. They feel like crap. They feel like crap. It doesn't matter why they had a bad day. They feel like crap. So now the parent who's struggling to provide the financial effort says, well, that's it. It's obviously not worth doing this level. And, if you don't do well at the next show, then we're not continuing to show at this level, or we're not continuing to show at all. As if the child went in on purpose to lose the parent money. Now remember, the kids can't afford to show themselves. They know they're beholden to the parent. So why is the parent actually saying this? Well, I think parents are saying this because they think it's motivation. But the kids are already motivated. They're putting themselves into the ring to be on display by the onlookers, by the judge, by their parents. They're already putting themselves in great great danger of being judged. That is what showing is, and they're doing it. They're brave. They're brave. They should be applauded for being brave and trying. When you put financial pressure on a child who obviously cannot afford to pay for it themselves, they're in school, they don't have a job, and a parent says, well, that's it. If you don't do better, we're not, I'm not putting money into this. What are you actually saying? So you may be thinking, I'm going to give them motivation. The child sees that as being unworthy of being provided for, being unworthy of given an opportunity and a chance to remedy their mistakes. So I really caution parents when you say this, and I've seen it over the years many, many times, the financial pressure really gets to the kids. It really does, because they feel helpless, they feel alone, they would like to help you, they do want to do better, but in their effort to try to please you to do better, they actually make more mistakes because the stress level is too high. So are you trying to egg them on? Are you trying to give them support? Are you trying to control the situation and influence your own will into lifting that child up? If so, it's not the right way to do it. I hate to say it, but I've never seen it work. Never. So again, these are pressures, all of the ones I've mentioned, that I've seen parents put on their children in the show ring. So I accolade every parent I've ever had that has been a wonderful parent, a supporter who's been there thick and thin. And I know every parent out there really wants the best for their kids, but sometimes we do have to take a look at how we're imparting it, because it might be going against what you actually mean to say, how you mean to say it, and how you mean to uplift your child. So again, for the amateur trainers out there, for the trainers out there, I really think you need to be watchful and perhaps devise strategies to help your parents support the kids how you are in the stable. I am going to do a video on trainers' jobs as well, because trainers are not immune to putting invaluable pressure on kids and people. But today, as I said, we are dealing, and we did deal with pressures on children. I hope this video has been of value. Again, please subscribe. Please hit the like icon if you found any information to be of value, the notification bell. And again, I wish you a great day.